Doctor's best treatment for an unhinged woman. Then this happened. The woman walked into the downtown hospital screaming that her own body was trying to kill her. Her name was Maya Rivers. She was 24 years old, and she couldn't stop shaking. It was a hot Tuesday morning in August 2024 in the middle of downtown Chicago. The hospital smelled like cleaning spray and fear. Maya's hands moved on their own. Her legs kicked out without warning. Her head turned side to side like someone was controlling her with invisible strings. "Please," she whispered to the nurse at the front desk. "Please help me. I can't stop moving." The nurse looked scared. She picked up the phone fast. Within 10 minutes, Maya was sitting in a small white room. The walls were empty. There was one chair, one table, one window with bars on it. Then the door opened. A man walked in. He was young, maybe 32. He had kind eyes but a serious face. His name tag said Dr. Cameron Ellis. "Hi, Maya," he said softly. "I'm Dr. Ellis, but you can call me Cameron if that feels better." Maya looked at him. Her body was still shaking, but something in his voice made her feel less alone. "Can you tell me what's happening?" Cameron asked. He sat down across from her. He didn't have a clipboard. He didn't have a computer, just his eyes on hers. "I don't know," Maya said. Her voice broke. "My body just does things I don't want it to do." "How long has this been happening?" "Since I was a kid." Tears ran down her face. "My father used to hit me, a lot, and now my body remembers even when I don't want it to." Cameron leaned forward. "Maya, what you're going through has a name. It's called trauma. Your body is holding on to pain from a long time ago." "Can you fix me?" she asked. "I can't fix you," Cameron said, "but I can walk with you through this, if you let me." Maya nodded. She didn't know why, but she trusted him. That night, Cameron went home to his apartment in the city. His wife, Jessica, was waiting for him in the kitchen. She was beautiful, rich. Her family owned half the buildings downtown. "How was your day?" she asked. "I met someone today," Cameron said. "A patient. She's been through hell." Jessica's face changed, just a little. "Another broken girl for you to save?" Cameron frowned. "It's not like that." "It never is," Jessica said quietly. She turned back to the stove. "I made your favorite dinner. Maybe tonight we can try again. For a baby. Maybe this time it'll be a boy." Cameron didn't say anything. He just nodded. But inside, something felt heavy. The retention wall. The next day, Maya came back for her second session. Cameron was ready with questions. But Maya surprised him. "I had a dream last night," she said. "Tell me about it." "I saw my father's hand. It was huge, bigger than the sky, and it was reaching for me. But I couldn't move. I just stood there and waited for it to come down on me." Cameron wrote something down. "What do you think that means?" "I think," Maya said slowly, "I think part of me still wants the pain, because it's the only thing that ever felt real." Cameron's pen stopped moving. He looked up at her. "Say that again." "When I was little," Maya whispered, "when my father hit me, I felt something strong. It hurt, but it also made me feel alive. And sometimes I would do things on purpose, bad things, just so he would punish me again." The room was quiet. "Do you still want that?" Cameron asked carefully. Maya's eyes filled with tears. "I don't know. Sometimes yes. Sometimes I just want to feel something real again." Cameron put his pen down. "Maya, what you're describing is not wrong. It's not sick. It's your brain trying to survive, trying to make sense of chaos." "You really think so?" "I know so." Then something happened. Maya stood up to leave. Her coat slipped off her shoulders and fell to the floor. Cameron stood up fast. He bent down to pick it up for her. But when his hand got close, Maya flinched, hard. She jumped back like he'd tried to hit her. "I'm sorry," Cameron said quickly. "I wasn't going to hurt you." "I know," Maya whispered, but her whole body was shaking again. "I know you weren't," but my body doesn't. A week later, Cameron had to leave town for a work conference. It was only 3 days, but for Maya, it felt like forever. She started acting out at the hospital. She threw her food at the walls. She rolled around in the dirt outside until her clothes were covered in mud. She screamed at the nurses. She refused to take her medicine. "What is wrong with you?" one of the nurses yelled. But Maya didn't answer. She just stared at the door, waiting for Cameron to come back. Finally, the hospital director forced her into a bath. The warm water calmed her down. She stopped screaming. She stopped shaking. When Cameron came back, he went straight to her room. "I heard what happened," he said. "I'm sorry," Maya said. Her voice was small. "I just missed you." Cameron sat down next to her bed. "Maya, I want to work with you more, not just once a week, but every day if you need it." Her eyes went wide. "Really? Really?" Over the next few weeks, Cameron brought his wife Jessica to help with sessions. Jessica was smart. She knew about psychology too. She asked Maya questions while Cameron watched. "What's the first word that comes to mind when I say father?" Jessica asked. "Pain," Maya said without thinking. "Mother?" "Gone." "Love?" Maya paused. "Broken." Jessica looked at Cameron. There was something in her eyes, something like worry. But Cameron wasn't looking at his wife. He was looking at Maya, and he was amazed. "You're brilliant," he said. "You know that?" Maya blushed. "I'm just answering questions." "No," Cameron said. "You're doing more than that. You're understanding yourself. Most people never get there." Then Maya looked at Jessica. "You're his wife, aren't you?" Jessica's face went pale. "How did you know?" Maya smiled just a little. "Because you look at him the way I wish someone would look at me." A few months later, Jessica gave birth, but it was another girl, not a boy. Cameron held the baby in the hospital room. He smiled, but Jessica cried. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "I'm so sorry I couldn't give you a son." "Jessica, stop," Cameron said. "I don't care if it's a boy or a girl. I love our family." But Jessica shook her head. "My family gave you everything. This apartment, your job, your life. The least I could do is give you a son." Cameron didn't know what to say, so he just held his daughter and said nothing. Meanwhile, Maya kept getting better. She was smarter than anyone expected. She started reading books on psychology. She asked Cameron questions that even he didn't have answers to. "Do you think people can change?" she asked one day. "I do," Cameron said. "Even people who are broken? Especially people who are broken." Maya looked down. "I want to be like you one day. I want to help people the way you helped me." "Then do it," Cameron said. "Go to school, study, become a therapist." "You really think I can?" "Maya, I know you can." 2 years passed. Cameron got an invitation to meet with the most famous therapist in the world. His name was Dr. Raymond Cole. He lived in New York and had written 10 books on the human mind. Cameron flew out to meet him. They sat in a fancy office with leather chairs and old paintings on the walls. "Tell me about your most interesting case," Dr. Cole said. Cameron told him about Maya, about her past, about how she was healing, about how smart she was. Dr. Cole listened. Then he smiled. "It's obvious, isn't it?" "What is?" "She's in love with you, and you with her. That's what's really happening here." Cameron shook his head. "No, that's not it. It's always about desire," Dr. Cole said. "Every pain, every fear, every connection. It all comes back to wanting something you can't have." "But what about anger?" Cameron asked. "What about loss? What about all the other emotions?" Dr. Cole waved his hand. "Those are just versions of desire. Trust me, I've been doing this for 30 years. Cameron left the meeting feeling confused. Was Dr. Cole right? Was everything really just about wanting? That night, Cameron called Maya. She was in college now, studying psychology, getting straight A's. "How was your meeting?" she asked. "Weird," Cameron said. "He thinks everything is about sex and desire. Maya laughed. That's so boring. Right? Cameron said. Like people are way more complicated than that. Exactly, Maya said. Then her voice got softer. Cameron, I had a dream about you last night. What happened in it? You were walking through a library, and every book had your name on it, but when you opened them, they were empty. Cameron felt a chill. What do you think that means? I think, Maya said slowly, it means you're looking for something, but you don't know what it is yet. A few weeks later, Dr. Cole sent Cameron a patient. His name was Victor Lang. He used to be a brilliant therapist, but now he was a mess. Victor showed up to Cameron's office wearing sunglasses and smelling like alcohol. Let me guess, Victor said. Cole wants you to fix me. He thinks you need help, Cameron said. Victor laughed. I don't need help. I need fun. You know what your problem is, Cameron? You care too much. You think you're helping people, but really you're just stopping them from living. What are you talking about? Victor leaned forward. You have a patient. That girl, Maya. She's beautiful, right? Cameron's jaw tightened. That's none of your business. Come on, Victor said. Don't be boring. You spend all this time with her, talking about feelings, about the past, when you could just be with her, really with her. Life's short, man. Stop pretending you're some kind of saint. I'm her doctor, Cameron said. Exactly, Victor said, which means you have power. Use it. Cameron stood up. Get out. Victor laughed, but he left. But his words stayed in Cameron's head, and they wouldn't leave. A few days later, Cameron met with Victor again. This time he asked a different question. What if I did cross that line? What if I did get involved with a patient? Victor smiled. Then you'd finally be human. But is it worth it? With someone like Maya? Victor said, absolutely. Time spent talking is time wasted. She's smart. She's beautiful. She gets you. What more do you need? Cameron didn't answer. But that night, something shifted inside him. Victor got better fast. He started sleeping with one of the nurses at the hospital. Then one night, he stole a ladder from the storage room and climbed out a window. He was gone. Just like that. And Cameron couldn't stop thinking about what Victor had said. The next week, Cameron went to Maya's apartment. She opened the door in a simple black dress. Her hair was down. She looked older now, more confident. I wasn't expecting you, she said. I know, Cameron said, but I needed to see you. She let him in. They sat on her couch. The city lights glowed through the window. Why did you really come here? Maya asked. Cameron looked at her. Because I can't stop thinking about you. I think about you too, Maya whispered. This is wrong, Cameron said. I'm your doctor. You were my doctor, Maya said. But now I'm just a person, and you're just a person, and we're both here. She leaned forward, and she kissed him. Cameron kissed her back. And just like that, everything changed. The next few years were a blur. Cameron's family moved to a bigger house outside the city. Jessica bought him a car. She bought him a boat with red sails. She gave him everything, but she knew. Deep down, she knew. One night, she said it out loud. You have someone else, don't you? Cameron froze. Jessica, don't lie to me, she said quietly. I'm not stupid. I see the way you leave at night. I see the way you smile at your phone. I'm sorry, Cameron whispered. Jessica's eyes filled with tears, but she didn't yell. She didn't scream. She just looked at him. I won't leave you, she said, because I love you, and I can survive this as long as you don't leave me. Cameron felt sick. I don't deserve you. No, Jessica said. You don't. The next day, Cameron went to Maya's apartment. He told her it was over. Maya's face went pale. What? Why? Because I have a family, Cameron said. Because this is wrong. But you love me, Maya said. I know you do. That doesn't matter. Maya grabbed his hand. Please, don't leave me. I'll be anything you want. I'll do anything you want. Just don't go." Cameron pulled his hand away. "I'm sorry, Maya, but this has to end." He walked out the door, and Maya collapsed on the floor. But she didn't stay away. Over the next few months, Maya kept showing up, at his office, at his house, at the hospital. She begged, she cried, she let him hurt her the way her father used to, because at least then she could feel something. Cameron hated himself, but he couldn't stop. Meanwhile, Cameron kept meeting with Dr. Cole. They argued about psychology, about life, about meaning. "You see patterns where there are none," Dr. Cole said. "You think dreams mean something. You think coincidences are signs, but they're not. Life is random." "But what if it's not?" Cameron said. "What if everything is connected?" Dr. Cole shook his head. "That's dangerous thinking. You'll ruin your career if you keep talking like that." Cameron felt angry. He went to Maya that night and took it out on her, and she let him. A few months later, Dr. Cole and Cameron worked on a patient together. They agreed on the diagnosis. Everything seemed fine. But then, during a weekend trip, Dr. Cole pulled Cameron aside. "I got a letter," he said. "About what?" "About you and Maya. Someone said you're having an affair." Cameron's blood went cold. "That's not true." "Isn't it?" Cameron looked away. "It's over now." "Good," Dr. Cole said. "Because if it gets out, your career is done." Cameron ended things with Maya for good. Or so he thought. But a few days later, he found out who sent the letter. It was Jessica, his own wife. She'd been the one trying to protect her marriage, trying to keep him close. Maya showed up at his office one last time, but this time she wasn't there as a lover. She was there as a professional. She'd finished school. She'd become a therapist. "I need your help," she said. "With what?" "My parents found out about us. They're saying I'm sick again. They're trying to have me committed." Cameron felt terrible. "I'll help you, I promise." But Maya shook her head. "No, I don't want your help anymore. I just wanted you to know that I'm done. I'm moving on." She paid for one final session, then she left. A few weeks later, Cameron and Dr. Cole traveled to a conference in Los Angeles. They were supposed to present their research together, but on the flight they started arguing again. "You're obsessed with mystery," Dr. Cole said, "but life isn't mysterious, it's just messy." "And you're obsessed with being right," Cameron shot back. "You can't handle the idea that maybe you don't have all the answers." Dr. Cole's face turned red. "I've spent my whole life building this field, and you're trying to tear it down with your mystical nonsense." "Maybe your field needs to be torn down," Cameron said. They didn't speak for the rest of the trip. In 2025, Maya graduated at the top of her class. She gave a speech at her university. "We've been told that all pain comes from one place," she said. "But I don't believe that. I think pain comes from everywhere. And healing does too. We're not just broken pieces. We're whole people trying to figure out how to live." The crowd stood up and clapped. Cameron watched from the back of the room. He was proud of her. But he was also sad, because she'd become everything he'd hoped for, and he'd lost her in the process. Will Maya ever forgive Cameron? Will Jessica find out the full truth? And what happens when the past comes back to destroy everything? Maya left Chicago right after graduation. She didn't tell anyone where she was going. Not her parents, not her friends, not Cameron. She just disappeared. For 6 months, Cameron heard nothing. He tried calling, he tried emailing, but there was only silence. Jessica noticed the change in him. He stopped smiling. He barely ate. He spent hours in his office staring at nothing. "You miss her," Jessica said one night. Cameron looked up. "What?" "Your patient, Maya. You miss her." "She wasn't just a patient," Cameron said quietly. "I know," Jessica whispered. "That's what scares me." In early 2026, Cameron got a letter. It was from New York, from Dr. Raymond Cole's office. Inside was a short note. "Cameron, Maya Rivers has requested to become my patient. She says you recommended her. Is this true? She also says you two were involved romantically. I need to know the truth before I proceed. Raymond." Cameron's hands shook as he read it. Maya was trying to work with Dr. Cole. The one person who could destroy Cameron's career with a single phone call. He wrote back immediately. Raymond, Maya, and I had a professional relationship that became complicated. I take full responsibility for crossing boundaries. But she's brilliant. She deserves your help. Please don't punish her for my mistakes. Cameron. He sent the letter, and he waited. 2 weeks later, Cameron got a response, but it wasn't from Dr. Cole. It was from Maya. Cameron, Dr. Cole won't see me. He says I'm too connected to you. He says it would be inappropriate. Funny how that word only matters when it's convenient. I'm done begging men for help. I'm done waiting for permission to exist. I'm going back to school, this time to get my PhD. And when I'm done, I'm going to prove that everything Dr. Cole believes is wrong. Watch me. Maya. Cameron read the letter 3 times. He felt proud. He felt sad. He felt something else too. He felt afraid. Because Maya was angry now, and angry Maya was dangerous. A few months later, Cameron and Dr. Cole were invited to speak at a conference in Miami. It was a big deal. Therapists from all over the world would be there. Cameron didn't want to go, but Dr. Cole insisted. We need to show a united front, Dr. Cole said. People are starting to ask questions about our methods, about our theories. We need to prove we're still the best. So Cameron agreed. They flew to Miami together. They shared a hotel suite. They prepared their presentations side by side. But the whole time, there was tension. Like a storm waiting to break. On the second night, they had dinner together. Dr. Cole ordered wine. A lot of wine. Can I ask you something? Dr. Cole said. Sure. Do you ever have dreams that scare you? Cameron looked up. What kind of dreams? Dr. Cole looked away. Never mind. Forget I asked. No, Cameron said. Tell me, what do you dream about? Dr. Cole took a long drink. I dream that everything I've built is wrong, that my entire life's work is just empty, that when I die, no one will remember me, or worse, they'll remember me as the man who held psychology back. Cameron didn't know what to say. I had a dream last night, Cameron said slowly. I was standing on a beach, and I saw a wave coming, but it wasn't water, it was blood, and it covered everything, the whole world, everyone I knew, everyone I loved, all drowned in blood. Dr. Cole stared at him. What do you think it means? I don't know, Cameron said. But it felt real, like a warning. Dr. Cole shook his head. That's your problem, Cameron. You think dreams are messages, but they're just your brain sorting through garbage. There's no meaning, there's no magic. There's just neurons firing in the dark. Cameron drove faster than he should have. He ran 3 red lights. He didn't care. When he got to the coffee shop, Maya was sitting by the window. She looked different. Her hair was longer. She was wearing a professional suit. She looked like a professor, like someone important. Cameron sat down across from her. Hi, he said. Hi, she said. They stared at each other. You left, Cameron said. I had to, Maya said. You broke my heart, and I needed to put myself back together. I'm sorry. I know you are, Maya said, but sorry doesn't change what happened. I know. Maya took a deep breath. I'm going back to Russia. Cameron's eyes went wide. What? Why? Because my family is there, and because I need to be somewhere that doesn't remind me of you. Maya, please, let me finish, she said. I'm going back, and I'm getting married. Cameron felt like he'd been punched. Married? His name is Anton. He's a teacher. He's kind. He's stable. He's everything you're not. Do you love him? Maya looked down. I'm learning to. That's not an answer. It's the only answer I have, Maya said. Her voice cracked. Cameron, you were the love of my life. You were the person who saw me when no one else did. But you're also the person who hurt me the most. And I can't keep holding on to you. It's killing me. Cameron reached for her hand. Don't go. Maya pulled her hand away. I have to. Maya, I'm divorced. Jessica left me. We can be together now, for real. No more hiding, no more lies. Maya laughed. But it wasn't a happy laugh. You think that's what I want? To be the woman who destroyed your marriage? To be the reason your kids don't have a father? That's not fair. None of this is fair, Maya said. She stood up. I have a flight to catch. Wait, Cameron said. Before you go, I need to tell you something. What? That dream I told you about, the one with the blood, I think it means something bad is coming. Something terrible. I don't know what, but I feel it. And I'm scared. Maya looked at him for a long time. Maybe it means the world you knew is ending, and a new one is starting. That's not always a bad thing. Will I ever see you again? Cameron asked. Maya smiled sadly. I don't know. Maybe in another life. She walked toward the door. Then she stopped. She turned back. Cameron? Yeah? You saved me. Even if you don't believe it, you gave me my life back, and I'll never forget that. Then she was gone. The next few years were hard. Cameron tried to rebuild his life. He kept working. He kept helping patients. But something inside him had broken. He wrote letters to Maya, but he never sent them. He called Dr. Cole once, but Dr. Cole didn't answer. In 2027, Cameron heard that Dr. Cole had retired. He'd moved to Florida. He'd stopped writing. He'd stopped teaching. He'd just disappeared. In 2028, Cameron got news that Victor Lang had died. He'd been found in an alley in Detroit, starved, alone. Cameron went to the funeral, but no one else showed up, just him and a priest. Did you know him? The priest asked. Once, Cameron said, a long time ago. In 2029, the world started to feel strange. There were protests in the streets, wars breaking out in places people thought were safe. The news was always bad. Cameron remembered his dream, the wave of blood, and he wondered if it was coming true. Then, in early 2030, Cameron got a phone call. It was from a hospital in Moscow. Is this Dr. Cameron Ellis? A woman asked in broken English. Yes. Who is this? I am nurse at hospital. We have patient here. She asked for you before she die. Cameron's blood went cold. Who? Who is the patient? Her name is Maya Rivers. She is very sick. Cancer. She has maybe 1 week, maybe less. She want to see you. Cameron didn't think. He just acted. He booked a flight. He packed a bag. He left that same night. 30 hours later, Cameron was standing outside a hospital room in Moscow. His hands were shaking. His heart was pounding. He knocked softly. Come in, a weak voice said. Cameron opened the door. Maya was lying in the bed. She was so thin. Her skin was pale. Her eyes were tired. But when she saw him, she smiled. You came, she whispered. Of course I came, Cameron said. He sat down next to her bed. Maya, what happened? Cancer, she said simply. It started a year ago. I didn't want to tell anyone. I just wanted to keep living, keep teaching, keep helping people, but it got worse. Why didn't you call me sooner? Because I was scared, Maya said. Scared you wouldn't come, scared you'd moved on, scared you didn't care anymore. Cameron grabbed her hand. I never stopped caring, not for 1 second. Tears ran down Maya's face. I'm glad you're here. I didn't want to die alone. You're not going to die, Cameron said. Maya laughed softly. Yes, I am, and that's okay. I had a good life. I helped people. I made a difference. That's more than most people get. What about Anton? Your husband? Maya's smile faded. He left me. When I got sick, he said he couldn't handle it. So I came back here. To my parents. They've been taking care of me. Cameron felt anger rise in his chest, but he pushed it down. I'm here now, and I'm not leaving. For the next 5 days, Cameron stayed by Maya's side. He held her hand. He read to her. He told her stories about his life, about his patients, about the things he'd learned. On the 4th day, Maya said something that changed everything. Cameron, I need to tell you something. What is it? I was pregnant when you left me, back in 2025. Cameron's heart stopped. What? I found out a week after you broke things off. I was going to tell you. But then Jessica sent those letters, and everything fell apart, so I never said anything. What happened to the baby? Maya's eyes filled with tears. I lost it. Miscarriage, 3 months in. I was alone, in a hotel room, bleeding, scared. And I couldn't call you, because you'd made it clear you didn't want me anymore. Cameron felt like he was drowning. Maya, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's okay, she whispered. It was a long time ago. No, Cameron said. It's not okay. I should have been there. I should have fought for you. I should have... Stop, Maya said. You can't change the past. Neither can I. But we're here now, and that's what matters. On the 6th day, Maya's breathing got shallow. The nurses said it would be soon. Cameron climbed into the bed next to her. He held her close. He whispered in her ear. I love you, he said. I always have. I always will. I love you too, Maya whispered back. You were my person. Even when it was hard, even when it hurt, you were always my person. What do you think happens after? Cameron asked. After we die? Maya smiled. I think we meet again, in another life. And maybe that time, we get it right. Promise me, Cameron said. I promise. Then Maya closed her eyes, and she never opened them again. Cameron stayed in Moscow for the funeral. Maya's parents thanked him. They said Maya had talked about him until the very end. They said he'd been her greatest love. Cameron cried. He cried in a way he hadn't cried since he was a child. He flew back to Chicago, back to his empty apartment, back to his life. But nothing felt the same. In 2031, Cameron got a letter from Dr. Raymond Cole's lawyer. Dr. Cole had died of cancer. He'd left Cameron a note. Cameron, you were right. About everything. About dreams. About meaning. About the mystery of life. I was too afraid to admit it. Too proud. Too stubborn. But now, at the end, I see it. I see that I wasted my life trying to control something that was never meant to be controlled. Don't make the same mistake I did. Live. Love. Take risks. Because when you're lying in a hospital bed waiting to die, you won't remember your career. You won't remember your theories. You'll only remember the people you loved and the chances you didn't take. Raymond Cameron folded the letter carefully, and he put it in a box with all of Maya's letters. In 2035, there was a war. It started in Eastern Europe, then it spread. Just like Cameron's dream had shown him, blood everywhere, death everywhere. Cameron volunteered at refugee centers. He helped people who'd lost everything. He listened to their stories, he held their hands, and in every face, he saw Maya. In 2038, Cameron published a book. It was called The Mind's Forbidden Door: Understanding Trauma, Love, and the Mystical Nature of Healing. It became a bestseller. People all over the world read it. They said it changed their lives. Cameron dedicated the book to 3 people: to Maya, who taught me what it means to be brave; to Raymond, who taught me what it means to be wrong; and to Jessica, who taught me what it means to forgive. In 2045, Cameron retired. He was 65 years old. His hair was gray, his hands shook when he wrote, but his mind was still sharp. He moved to a small house by Lake Michigan. He spent his days reading, writing, thinking. One night, he had a dream. He was standing on a beach, and Maya was there. She was young again, beautiful, smiling. You kept your promise, she said. What promise? Cameron asked. You lived, you loved, you helped people. You didn't waste your life. I missed you every day, Cameron said. I know, Maya said, but we're together now. Is this real? Cameron asked. Maya smiled. Does it matter? Cameron thought about it. Then he smiled too. No, I guess it doesn't. Maya reached out her hand. Come on, there's so much I want to show you. Cameron took her hand, and they walked together into the light. The next morning, Cameron's neighbor found him in his chair on the porch. He was holding a photograph. It was a picture of a young woman with dark hair and bright eyes. On the back of the photo, someone had written in faded ink, "Cameron, thank you for saving my life. Even if you don't remember, I'll never forget. I hope one day we meet again. All my love, Maya." 2024. The neighbor called the police. They said Cameron had died peacefully in his sleep, but on his face there was a smile. Years later, a young therapist in Chicago found an old journal in a used bookstore. It belonged to Dr. Cameron Ellis. Inside were notes, drawings, letters he'd never sent. And on the last page, written in shaky handwriting, were these words: "I learned 3 things in my life. 1. The people we love never really leave us. 2. Pain can become power if we're brave enough to feel it. 3. The mind has doors we'll never fully understand, but that doesn't mean we should stop knocking." To whoever finds this, don't be afraid to love. Don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to believe in something bigger than yourself. Because in the end, that's all we have. Cameron Ellis, 2045. The young therapist closed the journal, and she smiled. Then she went back to work, ready to help the next person who walked through her door, ready to change a life, just like Cameron had done, just like Maya had done. The cycle continues. Always. This is the end of the story. We are not just broken pieces trying to survive. We are whole people learning to live. Maya Rivers, 2025. Please don't forget to click the subscribe button, like and comment where you're watching from. Thanks a lot for the massive support. It means the world to me. I love you. See you on the next one.